Hello. Okay, so today we will be talking about gut health. And gut health is your body's relationship with all of the good bacteria in your body and how that affects your brain and really just all the systems in your body. Um, so, gut health does not only affect your digestive health, but it also affects your physical health and your mental health. So, your brain and your brain and your gut, they have a very close relationship. They're always communicating, like it's constant communication. When your gut is not happy, it is screaming at your brain like, I need something more, I need something different. And when that happens, you get that brain fog, which I know we've all felt. It is not being able to focus or think clearly. And when your microbiome in your gut is at optimal level, then your brain is happy and it is much more able to think clearly, whether you're working or just doing a task at home or reading or anything like that. And so to maintain a healthy microbiome, you want to have a vast variety of different foods that you feed it, because there's different bacteria in there and they're good bacteria, and you want to be able to feed them. If you don't feed them, then you starve some of them off. And when that happens, you want to make sure you try and take like a probiotic, which can then reintroduce those in. And then once you do that, you want to make sure you're feeding them the right stuff to keep them happy and fed. So it is recommended that you have 30 different plants per week. And when I say plants, I don't just mean like your leafy greens and your salad and stuff like that. It means anything that really grows on a plant. So your fruits, your vegetables, your nuts, your seeds, your whole grains, your oat, your barley. Let's see, I have a list here that I wrote because there are so many. When I learned that there was 30 different ones, I was like, how in the world am I going to get 30 different ones per week? But if you break it down, that's like 4 to 5 a day. And say for breakfast, you have oatmeal and you put some fruit on it and you throw some seeds on it or some nuts. Like that right there is 3 to 4 or more if you're doing like multiple different fruits or nuts for that day. And so then that is good for the day. And if you have a fruit later on as a snack, or you have veggies with your dinner or lunch, like it's very doable to get them in. You just want to make sure that throughout the week you're doing different ones, because different ones provide different things for those bacteria. And then, like I said, aim for a variety over consistency of like the same foods each day. I am guilty of that and I need to work on that. It just seems easier sometimes to have like meal prep and have almost the same meals throughout the week. But when we do that, then some of that gut bacteria is not getting what it needs. And that's when you kind of deal with an unbalanced gut. And different ways that you can tell that your gut is not happy is like IBS, diarrhea, constipation, bloating, inflammation. Like all of those are signs that your gut needs something. It's telling you like, hey, I'm not happy, you need to give me something else. So making sure you get that variety in is very helpful. And then if you aim for 2 different or 2 of the same oily fishes per week, like that not only helps your brain, but your gut loves the omega-3s from it, and it helps to combat or keep inflammation at bay. So aiming for that is very important. Chicken and fish, those lean proteins, your body will digest a lot better. And if you really love red meat, try to keep it down to 3 portions per week. So about 350 to 500 grams total per week, as your body or your gut does not really like red meat. It's hard for it to digest, and there are different things in the meat that your microbiome just doesn't like, and it has to stress to try and digest it as well. So I know some of you probably love red meat, and some of you don't. but that's just something to keep in mind there. Fish is definitely the easiest for your gut to digest. It makes it the happiest. So try and get some fish in. And the oilier the fish, the better. So like your salmon, your mackerel, sardines, oysters, that sort of stuff. It likes because of the omega-3s in it. And then things to try and keep from doing for your healthy gut would be like not having processed foods, obviously like alcohol. That's not super helpful for your gut health, but if you have a little bit, like a red wine would be a good one because it's got polyphenols in it, and your body actually really likes those. It's like a good antioxidant for your body. And the different colored fruits, like I know I've heard before, like eat the rainbow. So different colored fruits and vegetables contain different polyphenols in them, which I know purples, reds, and blues are really good for your brain health. And then like your yellows and oranges. Yellow also goes for green. Those really help with like inflammation and just helping your body to digest stuff. And then I learned that 95% of your serotonin is created in your gut. Like that's where it's produced. So if your gut's happy, then you're happy. And if your gut is not balanced, then you might feel a little like sad, or a lot of people have like anxiety or depression, and healing your gut can help so much with those. So just remember, like if you're feeling a little off, try and see if just adding in a variety of other foods to your gut, whole foods and plants and vegetables, all that stuff, can help you feel a little bit better. Let's see here. So a lot of people talk about like detoxes, like juice detoxes and stuff. And I'm saying, I don't know. I listened to this dietitian. I listened to her podcast. It's really interesting because nutrition to me is very important. And I believe that food is medicine. She talked about how detoxes deprive your body of so many nutrients that then your body is like fighting you to try and get those nutrients. So then it's going to do weird things, which increases the stress in your body, which then we know increases your cortisol. And you don't want to do that. So eat a variety of foods, track your macros over calories, because you could have, say, a McDonald's fry for 340 calories, or you could have some grilled chicken and veggies. Like obviously your body's going to be much more happy, and your gut bacteria is going to be much more happy getting fed that good protein and those vegetables and the fiber than fries. So macros over calories. And then obviously processed foods are not great for us. They contain preservatives and additives, which make them last longer, but then that kind of like shuts off the food. So they're not like live foods that feed your gut. And so then that inhibits the growth of that good bacteria in your gut, and it's not good. It's basically starving the bacteria. So you're filling your body with food. You're not hungry then, so you're not giving it the good healthy bacterias and foods. And then your gut gets unhappy because it's being starved of those things. So try and avoid those. Also processed meats like bacon, hot dogs and stuff like that. Obviously, if you have to eat it, you have to eat it. But your body, your gut will not process that like it would, your tofu or your soy products like your edamame or your fish. So try and limit processed meats as well. Other than that, I'd say eat a diverse type of food. or diverse types of food throughout your week. Try and get in your 30 plants, your fruits, your vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, whole grains, and try and stay away from processed foods. And you can meal prep, you know, a couple different proteins for the week, but then for your sides I feel like are so much easier. So if you're meal prepping your protein, you're going to be more successful if you do that. Go ahead and meal prep your protein, but then for sides, try and have, you know, like some leafy greens for dinner on Monday, and then for Tuesday have some yellow squash. Or just remember, like, the different colors and different foods will feed your gut different things, and your body craves that variety. So try and get that done. Reach out for any questions. I wrote down the lady's name, the dietitian. She's from the UK. Her name is Sophie Medlin, and she's interesting to listen to. She has a lot of great information, and her backstory. My cat's right here. Her backstory on how she got into being a dietitian is pretty cool too. But yeah, eat your fruits and veggies, and also hydrate, because, you know, water's life, and your gut loves being hydrated. If it's dehydrated, you're also starving that bacteria. So feed the good bacteria. Try to not feed the bad bacteria by eating clean foods. And yeah, that's all I have for you. I hope you have a wonderful week.